Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on a brand new promo for F-Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and also we're going to do some more Q&A questions. I think this is number 37. I'm just going to say it's 37. So I want to thank you guys for the awesome questions. I asked for some questions a couple days ago in the most recent Q&A, and you guys responded with some really good ones. So thank you guys for that. I'll put the link in the description to the new Fear Dead promo. You guys can go ahead and check it out. It's called Blackout Los Angeles. It basically is like a time... a time lapse where you see Los Angeles go from its busy, crazy streets and normal way of life, concrete jungle type deal, into the zombie apocalypse where everything is silent, quiet. You don't have many cars moving. You don't have any crazy traffic and all this crazy stuff. It's just like desolate, dead. We don't get to see any zombies from the close up, but it's pretty cool. I like the fear it says in the burning, fire. So it's a pretty cool promo, and I'm really excited for. It's only going to be a few weeks now. Let's check the calendar. We got Sunday. So from this Sunday we have 2 weeks. So like 2.5 weeks until the 90-minute premiere of Fear Dead, and it is confirmed to be 90 minutes, so that's really fun. So I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see what they have for us, and how good it ends up being. It doesn't sound like they're doing webisodes anymore for The Walking Dead. They didn't do them last year. I think the year before. Did they do them for season 4? I don't remember when we were starting season 4 for The Walking Dead, but it seems like they're kind of done with the webisodes idea. And you can't be mad about it because we're getting a whole new show, which is a complete show, just like The Walking Dead. So it's even better than webisodes anyway. So, because now it's time. This is the time of year when I usually talk about the webisodes, because we used to get them for the first few seasons. They would release on AMC's website some webisodes of different characters in the zombie apocalypse with loose tie-ins to the original Walking Dead TV series. And when I say loose, I mean really loose. Like some of them could be like a storage bin that has Rick's family, the Grimes stuff in, like their storage locker. Yeah, so there's some pretty loose tie-ins, in the webisodes. But anyway, Fear the Walking Dead, really excited for it. Can't wait to see it. And the promo just makes me even more excited. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, just getting to see kind of the whole... it's almost like a character in and of itself, or, because we don't know any of the characters right now really all that well, because we're just getting to see the show. LA is like an environment of its own, but like a character in the show by itself. It's really going to be really cool to see how it transforms and how it changes versus, some of our characters in the show and how they transform over time, how the landscape changes from regular day-to-day life to the zombie apocalypse life or lack thereof. So, pretty excited for it. Check it out in the description below, guys. The link will be there. Let me know what you think right in the comments below, and let's do some of your questions. So I want to add this one first. This is from Zasmanreviews, and he asked some great questions. Thank you, Zasman. He says, "Hey, Trev, nice work in the channel, man. I've got a question for the Q&A. Do you think that Negan and the Saviors will constantly be hinted at throughout Season 6, similar to the Wolves last year? By the way, I think you're at 36 or 37 Q&As by now. Keep up the great work." Let's just call it 37. Let's just say it's 37. I could go back and be like, this is constituted Q&A. Is that? Who cares? It's 37. That's fine. That's 37 videos since the end of The Walking Dead Season 6 that we've done, just answering your guys' questions. So there you go, people who criticize me in Season 6 that I don't interact with you guys enough. There's 37 reasons right there why that's not true, and why I do try my best to talk with you guys and include your comments in videos. Cool. Because you guys are awesome. So I do like his first part, though, too. There he talks about maybe they're foreshadowing Negan quite a bit. And I would say, yeah, I would think so. Because if you look at the Wolves, like he says, in season 5, right? And, season 5, they're showing a lot of stuff, even from, like, the beginning of the first half. Like, the very first episode, we have no idea, what we're going to be seeing. Wolves not far and stuff like that. You can see a lot of their handiwork before we actually see them. So I don't know if they're going to foreshadow it that far ahead with Negan and the Saviors, but I think they're going to be, dropping some fun hints. But they, Gimple, he puts a lot of really cool little touches in it, like Glenn using a bat and stuff like that. Just some really interesting little things that he adds in there that you wouldn't expect them to go to that amount of care to put in, but they do. They go to just very minute little things. They just go into them, and they set them up. So I'm hoping to see at least a few, Easter eggs or things like that in Season 6. I'm sure we will, because Season 5 was loaded with so many that Season 6 would have to be. So great call out to Zasman. I definitely think it's something to watch for this season is, to keep a keen eye and things you missed, because there'll be a lot, I think, foreshadowing the Saviors. Maybe not as many as the Wolves, but at least a few. Cool question. Next one is from Redist 136, and he says, "Hey Trev, do you think Morgan is talking to Derek at the gate, and do you think Derek will say, 'Little pig, let me in,' because it suits the situation well? And do you think Sasha will take care of some," and he puts in capital letters, "some," of the wolves, while Rick is trying to take care of the herd, but instead the herd hears the gunshots and heads towards Alexandria? Please share your thoughts." That's an awesome prediction. I really like that idea, because based on the trailer, it fits perfect. Like, you see Rick, he's at certain parts, and then why is Morgan answering the gate if someone is there? Because it looks like Morgan's talking to Rick in the trailer, but we've already kind of, most of us agree that that's probably not the case, and he's probably talking to an outsider. So, yeah, I think you're right about that. I think it would be Derek most likely, and I was hoping that we would hear that in the trailer, little pig, let me in. But we never, big bad wolf, I'll blow your house down type deal. But we never did hear that. Maybe they're just saving it for the show, because that would be a pretty big line, to end an episode on, or just to, maybe right before a commercial or something, just to really set the pace, really, let us know how, how exciting the episode is going to be. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I like your idea where Rick is off trying to take care of the herd. Morgan is there. You got Carl there. You see him in the house with the assault rifle. You got Carol there, and they may have to protect it without Rick being there. So I really like your idea. And then maybe Rick starts hearing gunshots and he starts running back or something, which is also in the trailer, which fits really well, because why would he be running so fast? Maybe he heard something. So I really like that one. That's a great prediction. Redist 136, I really like it, and I think you might have it there. I think you might got it. That fits best out of any I've heard with with the trailer. So a great insight there. Next one's from Ross Henry. We'll do a couple more. He says, "Hey Trev, just a random question for the Walking Dead Q&A. Do you think they could have done more with Andrea's character on the show? She's one of my favorite characters in the comics. Her character is like night and day between the two." So I wanted to include this one in here. It's a great question from Ross, because I did the cough thing in the last last video. Not my very last video, but a video I did a couple days ago. And yeah, they definitely could have done a lot better with Andrea, that's for sure. But they did it so that she would kind of give us that Woodbury side, and we've never really had that in the TV series since Woodbury, right? Season 3. And I was looking at the building sets with you guys Wednesday. And, they have a lot of Woodbury pieces in there for, you can build kind of the collectible collection of the building stuff. But Season 3 is a weird season. It's a lot different from the others afterwards, because rather than it focusing on Rick's group most of the time, and us always having the point of view from Rick's group, it gave us the point of view from Woodbury and half, like it was like half and half. Almost half and half. You had some episodes you had the governor in it all the way through, and same with season 4. You got the same thing. And they just kind of split it back and forth, and I really liked how they did that, and it was a really cool feel. I guess they wanted to put Andrea in there to give us a character that we could have a point of view from inside of Woodbury, which makes sense for the TV series. But the downside of it was, by making her have a relationship with the governor and kind of a love-hate relationship, is she going to kill him with the knife when he's sleeping? Is she not? And, then she goes to run away and pray, and then he catches her just before she's able to signal Rick, and Rick thinks he's seeing things, which was pretty brilliant, because he was having post-traumatic stress all season after the loss of Lori. So, yeah, I really would have liked to see them had Andrea be Sasha, have her be her character from the TV series. It would really, to me anyway, it would elevate it even more, make it even better, because it would allow you to see a lot of those iconic comic book moments that we can't see because the character's dead, which may be why Glenn Mazzara is not involved with the show anymore. All that's kind of under wraps. I think it's pacing mainly, but yeah, what happened with Andrea was a pretty was kind of a shame for people who like the comic books for sure. So they definitely could have done a lot better with her. But I do see how they wanted to use her as a point of view character, and that's what they did, and they kind of changed it a lot. Since then, since season 3 strayed away from the comics a lot, the TV series since then, like season 5, and they even said this too, that it's going to follow the comic books more closely than a lot of the previous stuff. And it's interesting how The Walking Dead, some seasons it's like they follow it almost verbatim. Some seasons they change a lot. Some seasons they just kind of mix it up and put different events first and change the characters out for deaths and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how they change it, and it keeps it unique, it keeps it fun, it keeps it interesting, and while at the same time they're able to put in some of the favorite moments from the comic books, which is something actually Game of Thrones has been doing this season, season 5 too, and season 4 also. I don't know if they got inspired by The Walking Dead or anything like that, but they kind of had to stray away. But it's where you take the same story, but you just mix it a bit so that it feels fresh, and so that people can't predict and know what's going to happen step by step, every step of the way. While still keeping a lot of those key moments in there that you need. So The Walking Dead has done a great job with that, but Andrea is an unfortunate casualty of that mixing and of that changing, right? But I really did like season 3. So, if you like Andrea, you could always watch season 3 again, but maybe what he's saying is he hates the TV series version of Andrea, which I understand because she kind of sleeps with the governor. She's pretty easy, to be honest. She sleeps with everybody. And then eventually, would it make sense if she was to be with Rick later on, after she slept with Shane, she slept with the governor? Maybe Dale, we don't know. No, so maybe they just felt like they wrote her into a corner and they had to kill her because, she had already been with these other characters. And after being with the governor, would fans support her being with Rick way down the road? Probably not. So maybe they just felt like, let's just kill her off. That's the best way to go. So, yeah, you can see it either way, but the end of season 3 there, from what I was reading online, different articles, is kind of a mess. Season 3 is my favorite season to look back on because it's a hot topic in terms of the risks they took and a lot of the different things they did. So, season 3 is always, you guys know, it's one of my favorites for sure. Up until season 5, it was my favorite. And it's also ranked very high in the Rotten Tomatoes site, which has a lot of, Rotten Tomatoes is really good for getting scores on movies and things like that. If you're thinking of going to see a movie, check Rotten Tomatoes and see if the movie is ranked decent or terrible. And it's a pretty good indication. If it's like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like you may not want to go spend your money, because what you'll find is most of the time you go and see the movie, you're like, yeah, this does kind of suck, to be honest. Or if you see it 70 or 80, you'll be like, okay, good, so it'll be fun. 90, okay, I got to go watch it, and the seasons are ranked for The Walking Dead on Rotten Tomatoes, and season 3 is one of the highest. Season 4 is lower. Season 2 is a little bit lower. Season 1 is high, pretty high, and then season 5 is the highest. So I support the rank. I think the rankings are really good for season by season for Rotten Tomatoes anyway. And we'll do let's see how long we're going on here. Let's do just one more. Okay, so this one's from Corey Franklin. And he says, hey, Trev, do you think they will ever cover what happened to Terminus, the flashbacks that happened in the premiere for Season 5? So no, Corey, I don't think they will, because, that's the thing, and it's the same thing with Andrea, I think they have a good perspective of what do people care to see? Do people care about Andrea anymore after she slept with the governor? Probably not, so you get rid of her. With the termites, they're eating people. So even if they try to make their evolution to doing that somewhat human, or their character dev to doing that somewhat human because someone else, attacked them, took over and whatever, you still can't make it fit, I mean, you could show us them starving and stuff like that, and and then a character dying because of something, and then maybe them eating him or something. I don't know, but it's just so dark that people can't get behind that. So even if you show us flashbacks try to explain it and show how the termites became, the hunters, cannibals like that, people don't want to see it anyway, because they're never going to get behind what they do, right? It's just way too far gone, way too far. So that's my thoughts on that, where it's like, no, we didn't really need to see it. They showed us even a little bit more than they probably needed to, but it was decent. It was a little clunky in how they did it in the episode, but it was such an amazing episode. I'm not going to complain. The season 5 premiere. So yeah, there it is. Let me know what you guys think about all the different questions. Some good questions here. What you thought about maybe Andrea's character after season 3. Do you think they made the right choice killing her off? I think a lot of us are just upset that she's not the same character that she was in the comics, which would have been a lot cooler. But then again, Dale wasn't there. You know, there was a lot of changes, and it was a different set of circumstances. Let me know what you guys think about all of that, and rate your comments below. If you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share, please favorite, and if you want to, make me feel good, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again really soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. See you guys.